Who is God Jagannatha? Is he really God Vishnu, God Shiva, or someone beyond both? Is the mysterious Brahma Padartha hidden inside the God Jagannatha Vigraha truly the unburned heart of God Krishna, or is it something else entirely? Does animal sacrifice still happen inside the God Jagannatha Temple complex? And who exactly is Goddess Vimala, the consort of God Jagannatha Swami? Why must the Mahaprasada first go to her shrine before it reaches devotees? Why does God Jagannatha take the role of God Kala Bhairava, the fierce form of God Shiva? And what is the link between God Jagannatha in Puri, Kalima in Kalighat, Kolkata, Akasha Bhairava in Nepal, and even the tribal Theyyam traditions of Kerala? Stay with me, because in this video we are going to uncover the astonishing mysteries of God Jagannatha Swami, the God of the universe. In ancient times, Puri was known as Neelachala Kshetra, Neelachala Dham, or Shankha Kshetra. The main deity here is called God Jagannatha Swami, who is not just God Krishna or God Vishnu, but also God Shiva together. Inside the temple, you can see many ancient murthis of God Harihara or God Shankaranarayana, showing the unity of God Vishnu and God Shiva. To make this statement even stronger, there is a Shaktipida inside the temple complex itself, known as Goddess Vimala Shaktipida. As we know, every Shaktipida has a God Bhairava Murti, a form of God Shiva, who protects the Shaktipida. But in this temple, the astonishing fact is that the protecting deity of Goddess Vimala Shaktipida is none other than God Jagannatha himself. This clearly means God Jagannatha is also God Kala Bhairava, and Goddess Vimala is his consort, Goddess Bhairavi. Every day, the possession of Goddess Vimala inside the temple is shown through a very powerful ritual. The temple's massive kitchen prepares the sacred food or bhog, which is first offered to God Jagannatha Swami and the other deities on the jewel platform called Ratna Bedi. But this food does not become Mahaprasada until it is taken to Goddess Vimala Devi and offered to her. Only then does it gain its full sanctity and become Mahaprasada for devotees. This ritual shows how important Goddess Vimala is to her consort God Jagannatha Swami and the entire tradition of the temple. In Tantric texts, a verse says Goddess Vimala is Mahadevi and God Jagannatha is God Bhairava. In fact, ancient records and Tantric texts confirm that Sri Mandir was once a major Tantric center where Goddess Vimala was worshipped with Kaulachara and other Gupta Vidyas or esoteric rites. Even today, many secret Tantric rituals continue within the temple complex, especially at Goddess Vimala's shrine, reminding us that Jagannatha Swami is not just God Vishnu, but also Bhairava, the supreme Tantric god. We see a similar example in the Muktinath Temple of Nepal. Though it is one of the 108 Divyadeshams of God Vishnu, just in front of it stands the Goddess Gandaki Shaktipida. The God Bhairava Murti, or the divine consort of Goddess Gandaki Devi, is called God Chakrapani, meaning the one who holds the discus or the Sudarsana Chakra, which is God Vishnu himself. Also, God Jagannatha is worshipped with Bija mantras like Hreem, Kleem, Sreem, connecting him to Goddess Kali and Shakta traditions. Bhairavi Chakra is also drawn near the Ratna Simhasana in the temple. God Jagannatha is installed on Sri Chakra, and images of God Bhairava were also installed here. During the Bhairava period, we even find vigrahas of God Egapada Bhairava, portrayed as a pillar-like figure standing on one foot with large round Ugra eyes and a tiger skin tied around the waist. This Egapada Bhairava Murti we can still see in many ancient temples of Odisha. In ancient times, Odisha was a tribal region, and God Jagannatha was originally worshipped by a tribe called Shabaras, who belonged to the Munda community. Back then, this kshetra was known as Neelachala. According to the Sarala Mahabharata, Neelachala was under the rule of the Shabaras. Interestingly, the Kamakhya temple in Assam also stands on the hill called Neelachala, which is considered to be God Shiva himself. Puri too shared this same sacred name, and this also proved the strong presence of God Shiva here. The Daityavadis of Puri, who still perform the most secret rituals of God Jagannatha, are descendants of these Shabara tribes. Just like in Kerala's Theyyam tradition, where the local communities and not the Brahmins take on the forms of God Kuligan or God Kutichatan, the worship of God Jagannatha too has deep tribal roots. In the same way, far away in the Kathmandu valley of Nepal, we find the deity God Akasha Bhairava or the Sky Bhairava. He too is not a regular god, but a fierce, powerful manifestation worshipped by the indigenous Kirati people. And here again, the visual link is astonishing. Both God Jagannatha and God Bhairava have a powerful non-human form with huge circular eyes. And amazingly, when we look at the face paintings of these deities, we can see many striking similarities with God Jagannatha Swami. Now here's the most fascinating part. God Jagannatha was originally worshipped as God Neelachala, which literally means the blue Madhava. This blue color is the same fierce blue you can see on the face of God Bhairava in Nepal. One of the most controversial and mysterious aspects of the Jagannath Temple is the practice of animal sacrifice before Goddess Vimala, which still continues today inside the temple complex. Unlike the vegetarian offering made to God Jagannatha, this ritual takes place only for the goddess and always in secrecy. During Durga Puja on Saptami, Ashtami and Navami, a goat or sheep is brought to the southwest corner of the temple after Jagannatha Swami's Bahuda when he is put to rest for the night. At that time, all the doors of Sri Mandir are closed to the public. The animal is ritually presented with mantras, Goddess Vimala's face is covered with a black cloth, and the sacrifice is performed near the lion image at her shrine. The blood mixed with rice and bananas and then offered to her shadow forms known as Chaya and Maya. This is not the only time. A special ritual sacrifice also takes place during Sandhi Puja, the sacred juncture between Mahaashtami and Mahanavami, and during the 16-day Shodasha Puja when Goddess Vimala is worshipped as Kanakadurga along with God Neelamadhava. During this time, an inner secret Rath Yatra known as Sharat Gundija is performed for her. Scholars point out that this practice reveals the Tantric foundation of Sri Mandir. God Jagannatha is identified as Bhairava and Goddess Vimala as his Bhairavi. In Tantra, Bhairava accepts blood offerings, and in the same way, Goddess Vimala's shrine in Puri becomes the place for this fierce and secret ritual. Now, let's talk about the greatest mystery, Brahma Padartha. It literally means the essence of the Supreme. It is the hidden core placed inside the wooden murthis of God Jagannatha. Every 12 to 19 years during Navakalebara, the old murthis are replaced and the Brahma Padartha is secretly transferred into the new ones. Temple's deities alone perform this ritual blindfolded and their hands wrapped because it is said that even a glimpse of it could be life-taking. Many believe it is God Krishna's unburnt heart. But this story actually comes from Sarala Das, the 15th century Odia poet, in his Odia Mahabharata. In Vyasa Maharshi's original Mahabharata, God Krishna's body is fully cremated by Arjuna. So this story of his unburned heart is more of a devotional legend and is not something actually mentioned in any ancient scriptures. Skanda Purana describes Puri as the body of God Vishnu and the sanctum as his heart. Later, this metaphor was mixed with Saraladas' narrative, and that's how the heart legend grew popular. Another theory says the Brahma Padartha could be a yantra, a copper plate with mantras preserved inside the vigrahas, because they are replaced every 12 years. Without a yantra, there's no murti. So this explanation also has a strong logic. There is also a deep connection between God Jagannatha Temple of Puri and the Kalighat Temple of Kolkata. Both share a special ritual called Snana Yatra or Snana Purnima, celebrated on the full moon day of Jeshta month, usually in June. At Kalighat, the Snana Yatra is one of the biggest festivals when the mother goddess Kali is ceremonially bathed. At Puri, the same ritual is done for God Jagannatha Swami. Another similarity is that both temples has a mysterious sacred object at their core. In Puri, it is called Brahma Padartha as we discussed. In Kalighat, it is known as Sadi Anga, meaning the body part of goddess Sadi. These sacred objects have a strong mysterious connection, maybe even parts of the same mysterious substance. At Kalighat, the sacred core is believed to be the four toes of goddess Sadi's foot. Both temples also follow rituals of deep secrecy. In Puri, during the Navakalebara, when the Brahma Padartha is transferred, the priest must be blindfolded and his hands wrapped in cloth. And amazingly, in Kalighat too, during the Snana Yatra, the priests covered their eyes and hands with cloth while giving the sacred bath to the Sadi Anga. Another mysterious place is linked to God Jagannatha is Swargadwara, the gateway to heaven located on the seashore of Puri. It is said that anyone cremated here attains moksha. The cremation ground is guarded by temples of goddess Mashanakali and god Bhairava. It is also one of the Panchatirthas of Puri. In ancient times, the sacred neem log Brahmadaru, from which God Jagannatha's murthis were carved, first floated ashore here. Every new moon day, God Jagannatha's Ulsava murthis that represent the deities are ceremonially taken to the sea through Swargadwara. The sea, Mahodadi, is believed to be the home of his divine consort's parents, which is why it is considered the in-laws house of God Jagannatha Swami. This beautiful rituals is seen as God Jagannatha visiting his in-laws' home. The Jagannatha Purana adds that even God Yama, the god of death, has no power here. During Muslim invasions, the Daityapatis carried his murti in secret, hiding them in forests, caves, and Chilika Lake islands. Once invader Raktabahu attacked, but the sea itself surged back and drowned his army, creating Chilika Lake. During Kalapahad's attack, God Jagannatha's murti was burned, but the Daityapatis saved the Brahma Padartha and hid it in the forests. This was the last time it was handled outside in the public some 500 years ago. These histories show God Jagannatha's resilience. He survives every threat. The Rigveda itself mentions a sacred log floats on the ocean beyond human making. That log is the body of God Purushottama. This is seen as the earliest reference of Daru Brahman, the divine wooden form of God Jagannatha. The neem logs used for Nabha Kalebara are not ordinary. They must bear marks of a conch, chakra, lotus, and club, and they often appear near cremation grounds. This shows how God Jagannatha's very body is formed from the elements of mystery. Finally, let's talk about Goddess Subhadra. Her role is very special and a little mysterious. On one hand, she is known as the sister of God Jagannatha and God Balabhadra, a part of their divine family. But in ancient Tantric texts, her identity is much deeper. She is worshipped as Goddess Yogamaya, the supreme cosmic power of illusion of God Vishnu. Goddess Vimala is the power that makes Sri Mandir a Shakti Pida, filling the temple with immense energy, and it is at her shrine that the part of Goddess Sati's body is believed to have fallen. So who is God Jagannatha? He is God Vishnu, he is God Shiva, he is God Bhairava, and with his Shakti Goddess Vimala, he is the complete supreme god of the universe. God Jagannatha unites all traditions into one. The secrets of God Jagannatha never end. This is only a glimpse. If these mysteries excited you, share this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and join me again as we encounter more hidden truths of our temples. Jai Jagannath Mahaprabhu. And if you want to see more about the Jagannath Temple complex and the other temples in Puri, I have created some detailed videos about them. Make sure to check those out too. Jai Shiva Shakti.